Steve was a 17-year-old boy who had just started his senior year of high school. He was a bit of an introvert, but he had a few close friends that he hung out with. One day, Steve was walking home from school when he noticed a beautiful girl walking in the opposite direction. He couldn't take his eyes off of her and he was instantly smitten. He followed her for a few blocks, but eventually lost her in the crowd. He was so disappointed that he had lost her, but he was determined to find her again. He asked around and eventually found out that her name was Sarah and that she lived in the same neighborhood as him. He decided to take a chance and ask her out on a date. He was nervous, but he mustered up the courage to ask her. To his surprise, she said yes. They went out on a few dates and Steve was head over heels in love with her. Unfortunately, tragedy struck when Sarah was diagnosed with a terminal illness. Steve was devastated and he was determined to make the most of the time they had left together. He took her on romantic dates, wrote her love letters, and did everything he could to make her feel special. The months passed and Sarah's health deteriorated. Steve was heartbroken, but he stayed by her side until the very end. On the day of her funeral, Steve was inconsolable. He had lost the love of his life and he was never the same again. He eventually moved on with his life, but he never forgot Sarah. He kept her memory alive by telling her story to anyone who would listen. He wanted to make sure that her memory would live on forever. Steve's story is a tragic one, but it is also a reminder of the power of love. No matter how short the time may be, love can still make a lasting impact.